Hey.
All right, we'll get into it with Chaz. Fastest in the 2 practice sessions on the first day of 2021. Must feel good.
Yeah, I hope I haven't peaked too soon, but yeah, it's obviously good for us and our team. Obviously, it was my first year with the team last year, and to be able to come back to the same track we finished off last year and really try some different things that over the break that we kind of come up with. It's been a really good test today for us. So obviously the car is pretty pacey. I don't know, a bit like Cam was saying before we got on this, that we hope that it doesn't get cold tomorrow and then our cars turn to crap. But it's overall we're pretty positive with how today went.
How does the car feel? How's the car set up? I mean, you don't need to go into detail, but compared to the 1000, it's so different being here for 2 sprint races. So does that suit you more?
It's a bit of a hard question. I mean, for us as a team, we are so different than what we will finish at the end of the year. So that's probably a better question for someone that's pretty similar. But overall, I feel like today the car has picked up on some of its weaknesses. It's probably got some other little issues going on now, but overall, it's a much bigger positive for us today. Let's see where we end up tomorrow.
And these guys will ask it, so may as well. There won't be a Scott this year. You, Cam, Scotty, everyone is in the running, I guess, and everyone's put their name forward to be that next champion. Do you take much out of I guess, that talk about what...
Come on, mate. Jeez.
Bergie. Do you take much out of today? And I mean, is the goal the championship really for you? And does today kind of stamp that claim that you want to be up there all year?
Well, we have a Scott, so,
True.
He's right here.
Exactly, man.
Look, at the moment, all I'm thinking about is each session as it comes. I mean, it's so different from where we were at the end of last year to where we are now. So focus is on just qualifying tomorrow, going from there.
How much has changed in the Walkinshaw garage over the off-season? We know that Grant is coming eventually. He's on gardening leave now, but has much changed, between the 1000 and now?
Yeah, we went from a white car to a black car. It seems to be helping a bit, seeing he had a black car here last year and it seems to be working pretty good.
Sweet. All right, we'll move on quickly to Cam there on that wonderful anecdote. Cam, you were second in the 1000. How did the car feel today, getting ready for a sprint race?
Yeah, obviously it's great to be back here. Much different conditions compared to, October, but yeah, the cars, what the other boys touched on, were pretty loose today and very greasy out there until the track kind of rubbered in. So, we have a similar-ish car to last year, not the same, but we're still up the front, but yeah, chasing different things.
And, I mean, for you, the weather, everyone knows that tomorrow is going to be unpredictable, possible showers. You've done well here in the wet. Does that play into your favour?
Look, I'm not really reading too much into the weather. If it rains, I'll worry about it then. But I think, today was all about making sure we had a fast car in those kind of conditions. That's probably what we're going to get at some point in the weekend. In the rain, you just got to kind of wing it a little bit and see what you got. But, all the other boys are pretty good in the wet as well. So, we just got to try and qualify well and hopefully be at the front.
Speaking about the rest of the field, did you notice anything different this year with the way people are driving compared to the end of last year?
Oh, not really, mate. It's only been 2 sessions. We'll get into the races. There might be a few more mistakes or a few rusty drivers. But, yeah, way too early to tell if, the other boys are doing anything different.
And the different format, you go straight into quali first thing tomorrow morning. How important was today in getting things right?
Yeah, I think it's just very important to be confident in the car and know what you got under you. I think the conditions are going to be totally different in the morning, being so early, and we had a lot of fog this morning, which delayed things also. So yeah, we'll just see what we got in the morning and tune the car accordingly, and hopefully it's just as pacey as it was today.
And mate, again, like Chaz, like Scotty, like every other driver, your name was thrown around as one to watch this year as a potential taker over as that championship favourite. Do you see yourself as being a contender in every single round?
I guess the second half of last year, we were pretty consistent up the front, and I think you need that if you want to go for a championship. But for me, it's just focus on improving. The team and I are doing everything we can to fix our weaknesses and just take each race as it comes and make sure you're maximising with no mistakes. And hopefully we make less mistakes than everyone else when we get to the other end of the year with a trophy.
All right, sounds good. We'll move on to Scotty. Mate, you said leading into this event that a win for Team 18 is not that far away. Is it this weekend?
could be. We've all got a fair opportunity at it. We get 2 shots this weekend, but it's so competitive at the moment. I don't think you can't predict what's going to happen, which is, what's pretty special about our championship. But what I meant by that is that we've been building, and to get a few podiums last year is no easy feat. So to continue with the same crew and then be able to add to that into a season is something. Even though I've been in the championship for a long time, it's fairly new for me to have that continuity and an opportunity to be with a group of people that I was with last year. Phil Keed obviously is a great engineer, and now we've got Krusty as well. So I'm really optimistic about our future. Whether it comes this weekend or not, who knows? Like I said, it's round 1. We're all on equal points. We've all got equal opportunity. It's just going to be about hard work. Like Cam said, make minimal mistakes this year, and when opportunities present themselves, we take full advantage of them.
Is this the most comfortable you've started a season? You've had a few different teams. You said Phil, Krusty, everyone there. It feels good in Team 18. So is this the best you felt coming into the start of a season for a while?
Yeah, for sure. I said to Charlie yesterday that I feel really optimistic. I'm really grateful for this opportunity that we've got at Team 18, and he's putting maximum effort into that, and he's built a great team. Huge credit to him, and I hope that I can deliver for him, especially this season. I think we've got a really good opportunity. So. Like I said, we start from ground zero now, and we just keep building throughout the year and take every opportunity as best we can.
And very quickly, last one from me. It is race 250 for you this weekend. How much do you play into milestones and want to make the most of that?
I keep saying I would have thought after 250 starts I'd be better than them. I don't know if anyone saw the one out there, but it was terrible. So we'll see how we go. It's a big milestone. It's something I would have loved to have achieved in Adelaide. But there's always something. If you look in the stats, there's always something you're achieving every time you go on track. So I'm proud to be, have been in this championship so long. I'm excited about the future. Hopefully there's plenty more milestones. But nonetheless, I'd like to see a lot more wins in the next 250 than what's been in this. So I just keep my head down and keep focused.
And I'll ask before the journos to all three. You guys, we'll start with Scott, go Chaz, then Cam. The fan factor, they're back. Does that change things when you're out there?
It was cool. We did our first appearance this morning at the Paddock Club, so it was nice to see some other humans at the track rather than just the group of guys we're housing with all last year. As much as I love my crew, it was nice to see some different people in the paddock. To even have just a few around is great. And for us, we're at the pinnacle of motorsport here in Australia, and when you don't have the fans and the atmosphere here, it just doesn't feel like that, and you start to that atmosphere isn't there. I think the pressure and everything by having fans here is increased, which is amazing. This is what we live for. So that atmosphere when you turn up here, especially at Bathurst, is just such a good feeling. It's fantastic to have them back here, and hopefully we can put on a good show. I think it's going to be a tricky race, but I think there'll be something good to watch. So hopefully fans can get some enjoyment.
I think he pretty much summed it up, but it's pretty cool to see your fans here wearing your shirts. It just gives you that little bit more motivation to have a real dip out there. So I'm glad you asked the smart guy to cover it for all of us.
I can't add any more than what Chaz just added. So obviously, it's just good to sign a few autographs and see a few faces around it. The atmosphere is definitely better with a few of our fans back here.
All right, on that, I'll open it up for questions from journos. Going to be shy in 2021. All good.
No one's seen us in ages. They still don't want to talk to us.
So, Chaz, it's a second new car in 2 years at Walkinshaw. Is it vastly different or just evolutionary?
The chassis is not much different, but the boys have done a pretty good job of changing everything from a chassis from last year into the new one this year, and felt really comfortable straight out the gate. So, last year, 12 months ago, there was, the first round or so, trying to get comfortable in the car when you go to a different team is always a little bit tricky. But this year, just, brand new car, and unless they told you, you probably wouldn't know. So, everything's just a little bit nicer in the paint inside, because obviously over 12 months it all deteriorates a little bit. But, the car feels good, and see if we can reward it this weekend.
Hi, boys. To all of you, but Cam in particular, last year, Bathurst pole sitter. How much were you able to take across from last year's 1,000 to this weekend with regards to setup and attacking pace?
I guess it's always good to come back to a track that you just went well at, and you got a pretty good base to work with straight out of the box. But we always want to make the cars quicker, and in the off season we have had a few thoughts of what we thought we needed to improve our car, and try to feel those things today. But it's just so hard to truly know how different it is compared to October last year, just because of the track conditions, you know, the heat, and usually you got days of the track rubbering up. So yeah, it's a little bit hard, but you know, you're always trying to improve and change little bits and pieces on the car.